Hey guys, it's Yvette. I have something very special to talk about today. I'm really excited. I am going to start a mystery quilt, and the reason why I'm going to do it is because I got a request from Kim Moose at Cotton Cuts that I just trying to find out if I would be interested in that sort of thing and if I would tell you guys all about it. And so I went and I looked into it, and I don't normally do like quilts that are like with quilt blocks. I don't, because to me or the reason in the past that I never did it is because I have a hard time when I make blocks that the blocks are the proper size. I obviously do not pay that much attention or enough attention. I didn't think too clearly about how seam allowances work and how important they are, especially for quilts like that. And so but I have to say that I sort of got excited about it because it's a mystery. You don't know what the final quilt is going to look like whenever you sign up. You are allowed to choose your own colorway, and they have so many to choose from, which is really awesome. And so I sort of started getting excited about it, and so then I contacted Kim and I said, yes, let's do it. The colorway that I wanted, I don't remember what it was, but it was already sold out, and so I decided to go with Ballet, which is Kate Spain Fabrics, and then I have the option later if I want to, if the other colorway comes available, because you can sign up for a wait list, and then if they actually do get more fabric, which requires enough people to join the wait list, then they'll let you know and you can switch over or whatever you want to do before it all starts. Okay. So for now, I'm going to start with the Ballet, and that is going to ship, the first block is going to ship July 27th. I have my little notes here. There are two sizes. The small one, which is the one I'm doing, is 48 inches by 60 inches, and that one is $17.50 per month, and the shipping is free. They ship internationally, and anywhere they ship is free, so it doesn't matter if you live in New Zealand, they will ship it for free. The large size is 72 inches by 72 inches. It is $25 a month and also free shipping. And the whole program runs over 10 months. So the really great thing about it is that when you get your kit, everything's already pre-cut. So you don't have to cut anything. If you are one of the people who maybe can't use a rotary cutter, or for whatever reason just has trouble with cutting pieces, you don't have to worry about that. Everything comes cut. All of it is going to be color coordinated, so you don't have to worry about, they tell you exactly which fabric to put where. In the very beginning, you get like a sheet that tells you, here are all your colors. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, all the way through. And then, so you know exactly where to place them, and they know that it's going to come out perfect. You don't have to worry about things like you're putting colors in weird spots. You don't have to worry about a thing. And also, it's very quick since everything's already cut, and they are telling you exactly which fabric to put where. And I mean, basically, you're just sewing a straight line is all you're doing. You're going to spend 30 to 45 minutes a month putting together the blocks for that month, unless you're like me and you're very anal retentive and it takes you like 2 hours. So anyways, and also they do tell you about how to sew a scant 1/4 inch seam, which is what you're going to need to do. And they have like this little test that you can run, where you put your own markings, you look at your machine and where you're putting stitches, and then you do a measurement, and you can tell whether you are at a scant 1/4 inch or whether you need to change something. So it's very, I'm so happy about that. And so I'm really, really excited, and I wanted to tell all you guys about it because this sounds like something that would be really, really fun in a group. We could, you know, all pick different colorways because obviously we don't all love the same thing. And, you know, as we go, talk about, there's a Facebook group, I need to mention that as well, where there are already like loads of people who are doing these quilts every time. And I think that what they have is they have 2 quilts that they run per year. They do one in the fall and one in the spring. And the one that's running now is the spring 2018. And I think theirs is going to finish up like at the end of October. But ours is going to start in basically August because it's going to ship at the very end of July. It'll start in August, and then, you know, it'll run through next year, which you know, whatever 10 months is from that. Don't ask me to do the math. I'm really can't think right now. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make just quick little tutorial just showing you how easy everything is, how things come in the packet. I've already done one. Well, the kit that I got, she sent me 2 kits. So, by the way, all of this that I'm showing you today, these are current blocks from the spring 2018. So this is the current block that they're working on. And she sent me 2 packets. One so that I can have it sewn up to show you, and the other so that I can show you all the pieces and show you how easy it is and stuff like that. So all of this stuff that I'm showing you today, Kim at Cotton Cuts has sent to me for free, just so that I can show you guys how it all works. So anyways, I made the first ones, and this is the first. You made 4 of those, and like I said, it was all color coordinated. They told us exactly where to sew, which fabric to sew, and it was already all cut for me. And so this is Allison Glass, obviously. So happy that they sent me this one because that's really pretty, and I love bright colors. So there we go. And that's the block, and like I said, I've got 4 of those, and I am going to show you guys all the pieces and stuff. I will come back and I'll finish up the tutorial. I'll have this all set for you, and down below in the comment section, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If it's something that I don't know, I would definitely find out for you. And yeah, so I'm gonna just go real quick to gather everything together, and I'll be right back to get started. Okay. Okay guys, so I'm back, and I have all of the stuff out in front of me that Kim sent. So first thing that I want to do is show you guys the new colorways for the quilts that we're going to be making if you decide to join along with me. I'm looking at them, I'm pretty sure that this one right here is ballet, and that's the one I'm going to be doing, and Jelly Bean is very excited about that. So sorry. And so here are the other colorways. The names of them are not on here, but if you go to their website, which of course I will give you the link, you will see exactly what they're called. And there are a few of them that are already sold out, and like I said, you can put yourself on the waiting list so that you'll know, so that they'll know that you're interested, and we'll let you know if you can join up to one of those that are closed. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention is that, of course, there is going to be something special for my subscribers if you guys want to go over and join the Mystery Quilt. When you do join, if you put in my code, which is just my name, Yvette, I will put all that information down below. You will get a special gift. There's never a discount on any of the mystery quilts, so what they've decided to do is give you something like a little gift for free, and if you wait till the end of the video, I will tell you what you're getting, and and I think it's pretty special. It's really nice, so wait till the end for that. So here is the packet that Kim sent, and this is exactly how you'll get your block every month, and all of your pieces will be cut. If I open it up, okay, I have the blues, and they're all half square triangles already cut, and I mean they've got the little ends cut, everything's ready. This is the chartreuse color. I call it chartreuse. I don't know, maybe I'm saying the wrong term, but it's cute. It's very Alice in Glass. And then we have the little print squares that are already cut, and they're just squares. And then we also have the large half square triangles that are in the neutral color. And it comes with a nice little cardboard, so nothing gets all bent when it's in the mail, so I think that's great. And then the instructions come, and as I said, when you're going along in the instructions, it'll tell you exactly, there'll be like a little number in the square, and you know that that's the color of fabric that you're going to use, and you will get a chart in the beginning that tells you which fabric color is number 1, which color is number 2, which color is number 3, that sort of thing. So that's exactly how it goes. And I mean, they basically just tell you each time about the half square triangle. I mean, my goodness, about the scant 1/4 inch, which is right there. And they tell you how to do the test for it, how to see if you're getting that scant 1/4 inch, and that's going to be very important for whenever you're putting all of your blocks together to make sure that all your blocks are coming out the correct size. Now, listen, the thing is, I don't know if... Hi, Jelly Bean. Did you just wake up? Yep, just woke up. You had a nap. Jelly Bean, you can't put your booty in people's face. That's not very nice. Where was I? Oh, so I don't put that much pressure on myself. I mean, listen, if I get done and, I have like one square that's like too small or something, personally, I would just trim all the squares down to that size and put it in there. If you end up needing to have, borders between, then put borders between. I mean, just don't go crazy. I'm not going to go crazy. Nobody's going to judge whether or not you're actually getting a 12.5 by 6.5 inch square or triangle or rectangle or what. Nobody's going to judge that. And honestly, once your quilt is finished, nobody knows what it was supposed to be. They're going to think it's gorgeous no matter what. Mwah, my little sweetheart. That being said, I'm going to, my goodness, I'm sorry, guys. And I know you guys love him, but this new camera does not do well with him getting in front of it. It like gets all out of focus and stuff, so it's very different to the iPhone, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm sort of excited. I'm sort of nervous. I'm sort of, if I go onto all these other girls' websites where, they're putting these tutorials together and they're like super awesome and, everything looks like it's professionally done. It just makes me a little nervous because I'm thinking that mine are not going to measure up. But that's how I am on myself. Like, I'm always really hard on myself. And maybe, my defense mechanism is telling you guys that it's going to suck before I even start. I don't know. So nobody has to go down and start typing, Yvette, it's wonderful. Blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. That's great. I'm glad you guys think that I'm like, whatever. But I am a little nervous, and so let's just see how it goes and see how the camera's going to work out, and I'll try to show you a few steps of how I do things. Doesn't mean that it's the right way. I mean, we all know that with quilting there's no right or wrong way, really. I mean, there is, but not so much that everyone has to go crazy. So if you're just starting out, the best advice I can give you is just don't go crazy with it. Don't be so hard on yourself, because everyone has a learning curve. I mean, mine was probably like 10 years. And I'm still learning stuff. I mean, there's still things that I don't know. I don't know a darn thing about the tension in my machine or what the feed dog. I mean, I know that the feed dogs are there and I sort of know what they do, but Gwen was asking me yesterday about, you know, can I lower my feed dogs, and I must be able to. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, look at this machine. I'm sure it does everything except wash the dishes, so I'm sure it does that, but I have no clue how to have it do that. I don't know lots of things, you know. Oh, your tension is too high right here. You need to, dude, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what, I mean, I could see the word on the thing. I don't know what that means. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Just don't be so hard on yourself. It's really, you know, at the end of the day, it should be enjoyable. And that's why I'm thinking that we could all do this. I think it would be really great for us to all join the Facebook group and be able to share our blocks and talk about, you know, our colorways and how that looks great, and at the very end see how our quilt's gonna turn out. And I'm kind of excited. I mean, I'm really not that big of a block girl, like I said, especially stuff like this, but I actually am really excited about it. And so I can't wait until beginning of August when I'm going to get the first block and be able to actually get started. This feels like a little teaser, you know. Okay, so I'm going to get set up and I'm going to get started, and hopefully this will all go real smooth. So I'll see you in just a little bit. Bye. Okay. So I have already gotten these 3 squares ready. I have them all marked and pinned and ready to go to the machine because I'm going to chain sew them. And here is the last one. What I have discovered with doing the test for my scant 1/4 inch is that I really need to keep the 1/4 inch line just below my fabric, so that whenever I actually do make the line, I am saving room for the thickness of the ink in my pen and the mark of my pen. And so then I just go ahead and make that mark, and I'm using a friction pen, and yeah. And then once I have the line marked, I go ahead and put a couple pins, because like I said, I'm going to be chain joining them, or chain, you know, making the mark, and it just makes it easier. It makes me feel more comfortable if I can just carry them all over and I know that they're not going to come unpinned or move around, and it just, for me, makes it easier for chain piecing. So I'm gonna move over to the sewing machine and be right back with that. Okay, so I'm back at the machine and I am going to just chain piece these together. And going back to the scant 1/4 inch, another thing that I have discovered is that where the line is on my machine and also on my presser foot, where that line is that says it's, or tells me it's the 1/4 inch, I also need to make sure that my fabric is a little, just like a hair to the left of that, just because that's not quite making it a scant. And you know, that's why we do the tests in the beginning, so that we know exactly where we should be starting. So I'm going to go ahead and start piecing these. And when I'm sewing my line, my stitch should also be just to the right. That lets me know that I'm making my scant 1/4 inch when I know where my fabric is on my computer, or on my presser foot, and also where the thread is in regard to the mark that I've made. And as far as all the ladies online who are, you know, running their machine like 100 miles an hour to get through, I absolutely, like, hardly ever do that. I don't do it because you know, to me, that's just an easy way to make a mistake. And I prefer to not rip seams as much as possible. I don't really find it fun. I actually know people who enjoy seam ripping. I really don't, to be honest. I prefer to just be sewing. Especially whenever I'm at the beginning, especially if I'm chain piecing and I'm at the beginning, then I want to, oops, that one actually went a little to the left, which I should avoid. There we go. And if you go slow, you have less chance that you're going to get a bunch of bunching up of your fabric, either under the needle or anywhere, really. You don't want it to get all bunched up when you're making your stitches. You want your stitches and all your fabric to lay as flat as possible. And I think on a couple of those up there, the first two, I forgot to put my setting stitch. So let me know, do you guys take it easy whenever you're sewing things to make sure that you're getting it done right? Or are you one of those Speedy Gonzales people who like just puts the pedal to the metal and takes off? I do that sometimes if I'm, if it's a short way and, you know, I know that it's not no harm, there's no harm to come from it, then I might do it. But I actually tend to just take it easy a bit. I don't like making mistakes. I'm sure no one does. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the other side. And now I am going to go over to the ironing board and get my seams pressed. So I will meet you back there. Okay, so now I'm back at the ironing board and I am going to press my seams. The first thing you'll do, obviously, is you want to just press your seams like they are. First of all, to take the friction pen ink off, and secondly, to make sure that you're closing back up the holes that you've created from puncturing the fabric with a needle. So when you're sewing, you're actually opening a hole in your fabric, and when you press it first, before pressing open the seam, you're making sure that you're closing all those holes back up to really hold the seam a whole lot better, to make it stronger. So then I will go ahead and press them open. I usually give it like a little finger press first, just to make sure it's nice and even. No pushing or anything, but just making sure it's nice and even. And then that way I can just put the iron down on top, because we're just pressing, we're not ironing. So there's no real moving back and forth. Sometimes I will do that if I am doing the paper piecing, because sometimes it does help when I'm trying to keep all my seams in other directions open. That's what I feel. So I will do that a little bit more when I'm paper piecing. And I just give it like a little press. I do like to keep it down for a little bit without scorching anything. Okay. And when you're closing up the holes, really just a quick little press. It doesn't have to be holding it down for any amount of time. The other thing I'll mention, if any of you guys are already in the Mystery Quilt Club and there's something that perhaps I am forgetting to say about it, because, you know, I actually have not been part of the Mystery Quilt Club before, so there may be something that I have left out, and if I have, please let us know down in the comments so that everybody can certainly learn from that and learn from you, since you have experience. I should have turned my phone off back there. Note to self. Nobody needs to know that you have a notification coming in from Instagram. Oops. Yeah, if you guys see me doing little OCD things like that, that's just me. I like to have a clean space. So one little stray piece of fabric or thread or anything, and I'm like scooching it out the way. Of course, I do just throw it on the floor, but you know. Okay, so now all my pieces have been ironed, and I am going to go over and I'm going to attach. There are two others that are going here to make it open out into another square, so then we'll have a square within a square. And I'm trying to think of what I'll do is maybe I'll just show you at the end, maybe when I'm pressing open or something like that. I don't think I need to give you 100% blow by blow. So we're going to just do that. I don't want to have the video like be really, really long. Okay, I'll see you back in just a bit. Okay guys, so I am back, and I have, as you see, I have finished all of the squares and I have ironed them out. And I just thought I would come and give you just a little tip from me. This is like what I do. I know probably not everybody will agree, and that's okay. But what I like to do is, first of all, I don't believe in putting water in my iron. I think it ruins your iron, and so I just don't do it. What I will do to make sure that my seams lay flat and stay laying flat is, you could use water, but I use Best Press, and I just do a small spritz right where the seams are, just a little, and then I just give it a quick press, and I just quickly press it until the Best Press has dried. And it's not like 100%, but what I notice is that if I have blocks that are going to sit for a little bit. Who's that? Is that Jelly Bean? You want out, Jelly Bean? I have the door closed because my husband is listening to music really loud. Which is fine, but you know, I didn't want to like disturb you guys. Hold on, Jelly Bean. Come see, boo. Hey, buddy. So anyway, I don't have to show you every single one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and pin the next sections on. And as soon as I have everything pinned and marked, I will just bring you guys back just to have a quick look at what I am doing next, and then we'll get sewing. This is actually going really quick. I mean, I know I've done, you know, obviously the one set already, but it's quite easy. I mean, they give you all the instructions. They tell you exactly which fabrics to put where. They have all the little corner notches cut. So there's almost no way to get it wrong. unless you just don't pay attention, which, you know, happens. I know I've done that a few times. And that's really the only place I can see where you'd run into trouble. And, you know, run into trouble, then come to all your trusted little friends here, and we'll all give you some help. I'm sure on that Facebook page, if you have any issues, you could always go and ask everyone who is also working on the quilt, and they'll help you out. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to finish this one last one, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I don't remember. You guys remember how, or you know how bad my memory is. So I know I said I was going to come back at some point and show you something. I have no idea what I was going to show you, but I've actually finished all 4 of the blocks, and they roughly, I measured one of them, and I'm assuming that they're pretty close, but they measure roughly 12.5 by 12.5. And look just like the last ones, so I guess I did everything right. And I have no idea where they go in the quilt that everybody's making or whatever, but since I do have 8 blocks now, what I might do is just I don't know, try to make some little mini quilt for something, because I obviously don't have the rest of the quilt blocks, and but there you go. So it's really easy to put together. I personally would not say that it's 30 to 45 minutes a month, unless you only have to make 1 block in that month. Then I could see where it would be 30 to 45 minutes. Of course, I'm, you know, one of those anal retentive people who's a perfectionist, and, you know, every little thing has to be. So mine always take longer, and I always underestimate how much time it's going to take me to do something. So that's part of my problem. It would certainly not deter me from making this quilt, however. I think it's really great. And the one that they are, let me see, this is clue number 6 out of 10 in the one in the spring 2018. And this size is the large one. So when all of these come together, it's going to make the 72-inch by 72-inch quilt. And the one that I signed up for, that's going to start in August, is the smaller one. Excuse me, my my little thing there, which is 48 inches by 60 inches. Yes, 48 inches by 60 inches. So that's the one that I'm going to make. And so the last thing that I wanted to talk about is you guys using my code. If you want to go ahead and join up for either the small mystery quilt or the large mystery quilt, if you put in my name, Yvette, as the coupon code, you will get a free gift. And the free gift is going to be 24 block of the month patterns. And these are really great. Normally, we will get them when we are signed up for one of the other clubs. Like I'm in the classic cotton cuts box, and I will get them every month. But you're going to get the 2 entire sets. So 2 years worth of block of the months you're going to get. And I think that that is awesome. And they're really the really great thing about them is they're like recipe card size. So you can just stick them in a regular box that would be for recipe cards, and then they're right there on hand for you, like forever and ever. Amen. So that, I think that's just so generous of Cotton Cuts. So thank you, Kim, for throwing that in. And that's just for you guys, so nobody else will be getting that if you want to go and sign up for the Fall 2018 Mystery Sew-Along. I'm already signed up. Okay, so I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I was supposed to tell you, and I think I've covered everything. If anybody else has any questions or any comments down below, if you know more than I do about this and could kind of give us some tips and tricks, that would be really great. And yeah, so that's it. I've had a really fun day of sewing those blocks just to kind of put them together and show you guys how it goes. And I hope you've enjoyed this. It's my very first time making some sort of tutorial. I don't think that it's like, you know, should go down in the, you know, the greatest hits or anything, but I tried really hard to do something cool. Most of these, like putting these triangles on, was basically like after the first set of the green, the blue and the cream, or I think that's cream, I call it cream. The blue and the cream basically went on exactly the same way. So you just put on one side of the square that you had, you put one, and then you know, this side, and then you hooked these on, and then you hooked these on, and then you hooked these on. I mean, it was the same as that first round. So it was really, really easy to put together. I think that you guys would enjoy it. And I've said that about 100,000 times now, so I'm just gonna go and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I might do a little more sewing, I'm not sure. But I will see you guys next time, and I hope you guys have a great week coming up. Bye!